Hey, it's time to wrap this Charlie Kirk shit the fuck up. Buddy got his wig snatched. Whoop-de-doo.
Hey, so for all of you guys that have been crying over Charlie Kirk, this is your opportunity to prove what you have been saying we do care about more than Charlie Kirk.
It is 2025 and bullshit after bullshit after bullshit is still getting fed to us. Enough is enough.
It's game over, fam. It's genuinely game over. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's no more playtime. It's no more division. It is game over.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I am your host, Click That Reacts, and today we're gonna be talking about Trey Reed. This was a young man who was hung from a tree down at Delta University.
Relax, before Click That Reacts, you might just wanna
And now to news developing out of Mississippi, where a coroner's office is maintaining that there is no evidence a young black man was attacked before he was found dead on the Delta State University campus.
Now Trey Reed's family is ordering an independent autopsy. Now a warning, some of you may find this story triggering. The 21-year-old was found hanging from a tree on campus Monday morning. The coroner says a preliminary exam shows no signs of broken bones or assault, but Reed's mother told local reporters that she questions what happened to her son. She says she spoke to her son Friday, and he was excited to attend the university. The family says the school has not reached out to them, and they're getting information secondhand from the media.
As we move forward, we're just looking for answers that a simple camera on the university's campus will answer.
We are so concerned about what's going on. We're getting mixed information. We're hearing everything on the media. So we just want the truth. That's all we're looking for.
Reed was a first-year student and had only been on campus for 1 month when he was found dead. Authorities initially ruling this a suicide. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump is leading an investigation into Reed's death, though. He says Trey Reed was deeply loved and respected by those who knew him, and added Reed's family and the campus community deserve a full independent investigation to uncover the truth about what happened. We cannot accept vague conclusions when so many questions remain. The NAACP posted an image saying a man was lynched yesterday in a post about Trey Reed. The organization expressed skepticism that there was no evidence of foul play in Reed's death and wrote, "Our people have not historically hung ourselves from trees."
And what I want to do with this video here is I want to spread awareness to his situation, but also I want to go ahead and talk about how the people are responding and how the people are spreading awareness on the situation. Let's get into it.
I've got a question for the fellow Christians out there. Like the same ones that are like lit up my For You page like for the past week. Where's that fire right now? Like, can I borrow some of that outrage? Because a young man named Trey Reed was found dead on campus in Mississippi. And not just dead, brutally tortured. Like both legs were broken, and then he somehow hung himself. How do you even do that? Can someone explain the mechanics to me? Because the no foul play line doesn't really seem to be cutting it.
So when you say, where's that fire and where's that energy? I mean, we have always had that fire and energy. We have it for every single life that is lost. And where's all that fire and outrage? Well, where's all the fire and outrage within you? You should be getting out here. And if you're so fired up about this story here, then you need to help people, because a lot of people may not even know about this story. They might not have no idea that this is going on. Not everybody watches the news, and there's so many stories that keep happening back to back to back to back. Not everyone can keep up with every single case that is happening out here. But also, there's no evidence that proves what you're saying here. Multiple investigators now that have already said that there is no evidence of foul play.
Hey, it's time to wrap this Charlie Kirk shit the fuck up. Buddy got his wig snatched. Whoop-de-doo.
You cannot say, hey, it's time to wrap up this whole Charlie Kirk thing and focus on my thing. That is the absolute wrong way to try to spread awareness or to get people that have empathy or have people care about whatever it is that you're talking about. Because the minute you start your conversation off like that, it's also the same minute that everybody stops listening.
Moving on, they out here wilding in Mississippi. Trey Reed and Corey Zucaitis have both been found hanging from trees. Why is this not being talked about? Why is the media not covering this? Let's see if our president has something to say, like he did oh so much when Charlie Kirk got sent to the gulag.
I hate to have to do this because I think it's absolutely despicable to compare two different deaths, to compare two different lies. I don't like doing it. But since you already opened up that Pandora's box, let's go ahead and talk about it. We're talking about one man here who has impacted the lives of millions. Whether or not you agree with him, this is the case. Millions of people around the world knew this man's name, subscribed to this man's channel, and knew about what it is that he stood for. Now, let's go ahead to the person you're talking about, Trey Reed. I have never heard this name before until you guys now started comparing his death to Charlie Kirk's, which is probably the case for the other millions of people around the world who has never heard of him. So now asking the president to go out and talk about a case that he's probably never even heard of is absolutely absurd.
As for Trey Reed, this happened on a college campus where students are supposed to feel safe. We need the police and FBI to look into this case thoroughly. Give the same amount of energy you put into Charlie Kirk's case.
Isn't it funny that now all of a sudden we're saying that the police and the FBI need to be investigating this? We are talking about the same police that you want to defund it, right? We are talking about the same police that you guys gave the middle finger to and made a whole entire movement about F the police, right? This is the same police that you guys claim that are racist, don't like y'all, and don't want to help you guys in any way, shape, or form, correct? So if this is the same police department that you are talking about, once again, I will have to raise the question. How do you expect somebody that you do not respect, do not honor, and do not want to contribute to in any way? How are you now asking for their help? And you think that they're supposed to help you, honor you, or respect you, or care about you in any way when you do not care about them?
So, white man gets shot in the head and it's immediately a leftist act of political violence. But when a black man is found hanging from a tree, it's possibly a suicide. Maybe it's self-done.
Once again, immediately starting off this argument in the absolute wrong way. The only thing that should matter here, and it shouldn't even matter about whether or not the people are outraged. The only thing that really should matter is how can we start to prevent loss of lives from happening?
Hey, so for all of you guys that have been crying over Charlie Kirk, this is your opportunity to prove what you have been saying about, oh, we do care about more than Charlie Kirk. This is your opportunity right now to prove that. Whether or not you're silent about this issue is going to prove what you really, truly care about. 21-year-old Trey Reed, this is him right here, was found hanging from a tree literally yesterday, Monday the 15th, near the DSU campus pickleball court. Everybody on this campus is labeling this as a lynching, which it most clearly definitely is, but they're still investigating. But as always, the police are saying, oh, we don't suspect foul play. We don't suspect that anything happened involving lynching.
And once again, here we go with this. So it seems like no matter what the investigation finds, if it's not what you wanted to find, then you're just not going to be happy with it. Now let's flip over to the guy that is claiming to be his cousin. And this is also the start of where the whole entire supposed broken bones and foul play came from.
Forget all the Charlie Kirk situation right now. Let's go down to Mississippi. The name Trayvon Reed needs to ring all over the United States right now. 1, that is my cousin. 2, this is the second incident that has occurred within the last 5 years at this campus. Delta State University has had a run-in with me and their policemen. They tried to lock me up for no reason, and it didn't succeed in their favor. I went on a 9-month probation, and that's it.
Now, I would love to see the proof that he has on this, because he claims that the police there tried to lock him up for no apparent reason at all. He was just on his way to class or on his way home from class, and they just pulled up and said, swoop, swoop, get in the car, you're going to jail. Man, I really wonder how often that happens.
This year, just today, it was reported that my cousin was found hanging from a tree, and they trying to rule it as a suicide. Now, I just got off the phone with one of my cousins. She said she seen the reports, and it said that he was beaten and bruised. Both his arms was broken, and he had a broken leg. I'm gonna let y'all do the math. Now, this school has history for being racist. Even going all the way back to the 1980 situation that happened with the sit-in. I love to refer to that situation because that was one of the significant situations that happened with one of the black revolts that happened at the school.
Now he goes on to claim that this school has a long history of being racist. And yet he has to go back, 30 years, 35 years, back to 1980. And this is the only thing that he has as evidence and proof that this school is racist or has a history of racism. I mean, if that is the case, if that is what you want to do there, then I guess the whole entire planet has some form of history of racism.
But still, I'm trying to be composed in this video, and I'm trying to keep it all together. But it's a lot of shit that happens on that campus that don't nobody do shit about. It was incidents before my big incident happened, and that I reported that nobody did nothing about. Somebody tried to report me for a hate crime, and they was the one being homophobic, transphobic, and being racist. And they was trying to lock me up until I had multiple people come out and speak against him. There was an incident that I reported that it was a group of white students in a white truck while I was a freshman. They yelled at me and my friends and called us a bunch of monkeys.
Now, isn't this just a classic, right? The typical group of white boys that just ride past black people and scream out, "You're a bunch of monkeys." Isn't this just the typical Hollywood pro-black perspective of the group of white boys every single time? And notice that the details always seem to be the same. They're never in like a Honda Civic or a Kia or a Chevy Malibu. No. It's always the same old thing. The pickup truck with the Confederate flag hanging out the back of it, a bunch of country rednecks or whatever else, right? It's always the same exact description. Now, I don't want to just go ahead. I don't have no proof of this not being true or whatever else, so I don't want to automatically just dismiss his claim. I'm just saying, it's an awfully weird coincidence.
It is 2025, and bullshit after bullshit after bullshit is still getting fed to us. Enough is enough.
Now, I will go ahead and agree with him right there. There is a lot of BS that is being fed to us in 2025. The problem is it depends on what part of the BS or which side of the BS do you decide to believe. When people try to speak truth to you, when people try to present you with the facts, you want to dismiss them. You want to throw them away. You don't even want to give them a second thought. You don't take the time to look into them and see if there's any truth or validity to what it is that these people are saying. No, it's just automatically thrown away. You're not like me and you don't disagree with me. So you're a hater, you're a bigot, you're an Uncle Tom, you're a racist, you're a transgender, you're anti this or whatever else, and just dismiss the claim. But as soon as you hear something that you like or that you agree with, now all of a sudden you just let it all in. Now you just want to inherit all of it. So is it that BS is being force-fed to you? Or is that you opening up that refrigerator and cooking that meal on your own?
His name is Trey Reed. But to be real, his circumstances are giving more Raynard Jackson, Nick Naylor, Roy Veal, or Javion McGee, each of them black men who were found hanging from trees where the official reports ruled out foul play. But with a history like ours in America, we know better than to let our personal investigation stop at what the report may say.
Now, what I would like to know, is this man doing like spoken word or some form of poetry? Is this like the beginning of some kind of rap song or something that he's going to put out? I don't know. All I know is, like, if you want to just present the facts, man, just simply present the facts. You know, talk to people, talk like a normal human being, get people's attention. I don't know, whatever. Maybe some people like this. Maybe this is his way of bringing awareness, right? I have my own way of doing it as well. And some people like it, some people don't. But I don't know. I just think the whole spoken word poetry thing is very hard for me to pay attention to it and actually get an emotional connection to whatever it is that you're presenting to me. It just ain't working for me.
Trey Reed was found hanging in the middle of Delta State University, located in Cleveland, Mississippi. And after reading the initial headline, a whole lot ain't sit right with me. Now, according to the Equal Justice Initiative, Mississippi has had at least 656 reported lynchings. Almost like every black body had a bounty. And there have been at least 13 reported lynchings in Bolivar County alone. There is a well-documented history of racial violence in the area. And if you add on the current climate that we're in the latest unrest and hysteria, to me, it just shows this is the same old America.
But one thing that he also forgot to mention about the 656 lynchings that happened down there in Mississippi is that a lot of those are white. But see, this is one of the things that these people do. And I don't just mean black people. I just mean anybody that wants to try to twist up the facts, because that's exactly what these people do. They want to twist up the facts. Now, what he's trying to do here is, this is just called a little bit of wordplay, right? That's why he was giving it to you in such a spoken word type of way. You know, these rappers, these entertainers, these musicians, they're very good with their words, right? A whole lot better than what I am with mine. But he purposely left out one detail. And that one detail can kind of change the whole entire dynamic of the story. And that one detail happens to be that not every single one of these 656 lynchings were black. A good portion of them were white. And some of them were even done by black on black. And some of them were done by white on white. A big portion of them, actually.
And in cases like this, with something that's so grotesque as a lynching, something that is emblematic of this country's treatment to black Americans, I wouldn't be surprised if they throw this under the rug, just as they did Javion McGee. Because you have to understand what they risk upon them coming out and say, hey, bunch of white kids lynched that black boy, that 20-year-old college student, someone who was looking to better his life. The same thing with Javion McGee. Upon that happening, I would argue all hell breaks loose. That's what I would argue. The point in time that they confirm a lynching by white youth of a black person on a college campus or anywhere is game over, fam. It's genuinely game over, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. It's no more playtime. It's no more division. It is game over.
And that right there is a big portion of the problem. See, if you guys want the truth, when somebody gives it to you, you can't lash out then and decide to burn and tear everything up because we gave you the truth. You wanted it. You wanted us. You pressured us into going to get the truth for you and presenting you with the facts. So then the minute we do go ahead and present you with the facts and we are open and transparent with you, then you want to go and tear everything up. But then you turn around and get mad when people lie to you and try to present it to you in a more nicer, sweeter, dressed up kind of way. Well, which one do you want here? Because if we lied to you, then at least everything remains peaceful. If we give you the truth, all chaos breaks loose. That makes no sense. That is a ridiculous argument. And actually, you're only making your own self and your own people look bad when you present that kind of information. You are making a generalization against your own people, your own kind, your own side, whichever one you want to call it. So you mean to tell me, though, when white people are murdered by black people, they're not going around looting and rioting and tearing it up? Nothing. At least I'm not seeing it. I didn't see a White Lives Matter protest that took place in the street, burning down buildings and everything like that. I don't see white people going into like black-owned neighborhoods and things like that and burning everything down just because some white kid was killed by a black man. I just don't see that happening. I mean, we could take the Irina Zaruska case, for example. If that is the case, like you say, this man was released from jail 14 separate times. So that means there is absolutely no reason to why Irina Zaruska should have lost her life, because this person should have never been out on the streets in the first place. But yet, when we were presented with those facts, nobody went and started tearing up anything. So instead of using all that energy to take to the streets and start burning everything down, why don't you use that same energy to figure out what it is that's causing this to happen in the first place, so this way you can get rid of it and it never seems to happen again. I don't think he's smart enough to figure out how in the world do you think that it's going to be game over? Oh, what, you think people are just going to take to the streets and tear everything up? Well, maybe you're forgetting who is currently in office right now. And what, do you think that you are going to somehow overpower and overthrow the government that is currently in office? So let's just enact everything that these people keep shouting out right now. This whole entire system that we have here is currently racist, and it is against them. Every single army member, personnel, person and that's in government and everything like that is racist and is currently against them. So they think that with their 13% of the population, that somehow they're going to go out riding in the streets, start tearing everything up. And the people that control the military have all the guns, missiles, rockets, tanks, and things of that nature. They're just going to sit back and allow it to happen. Or they think that somehow they're going to defeat these people. They're going to be able to take down the Army, the National Guard, the Air Force, the Navy SEALs. Somehow, 13% of the population, and even if they do decide to get a couple of other liberals or whatever else to take their side in this game over event, that somehow it's going to go in their favor. I think you need to snap on back into reality, because something is wrong up here if you really think that civilians is somehow going to overthrow the whole entire army and the military. Now, the next thing I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I want to run 2 clips back to back to you. Now, in this first clip, this guy is making a statement about the first person that was claiming to be Trey's brother. Cousin. I'm sorry. He was claiming to be Trey's cousin. And what he's trying to do is dismiss the claim that you cared about, or that he cared about Trey so much. And the only thing that he's actually trying to do is get some few clicks on whatever social media site it is that he uses.
What we not finna do for him, mama, we not finna turn Trey into no goddamn hashtag, no motherfucking let's talk about because this what's popping right now. We not finna do that. On my brother, we not finna do that. Y'all don't know Trey. Y'all ain't never spoke to Trey. Y'all never hung with Trey. Y'all niggas never been there for Trey. Y'all niggas never did shit for Trey. So why the fuck is you talking about him? Alright? This is what we not finna do. Motherfuckers is out here crying. His family out here grieving. And y'all weak ass niggas over here talking about him. Oh, they found him. Shut the fuck. You don't even know what the fuck going on. Be the fuck quiet. Stop making videos about, bruh. This my homie, gang. This a nigga I talk to damn near every day. Huh? This a nigga I speak to every day, nigga. And I can't do that shit no fucking more. I can't do shit no fucking more. Other than sit here and feel like a fucking bitch because I wasn't enough for him. This called me and I ain't answer the fucking phone. Stop speaking on Trey. I really grieved. I really hurt. And y'all ass doing this shit for clicks and like, ain't nobody. Fuck y'all niggas. Brother, I don't give no fuck about none of that shit. And she came here on my mama. On my mama, boy, shut the fuck up.
All over the United States right now. 1, that is my cousin. 2.
Your ass fucking lying. That's 2. I'm gonna tell y'all this just like this for my mama. I don't even feel like getting into this shit. That's not that boy cousin. Trey didn't even fuck with him. How I know? Because I actually talked to his people. Matter of fact, I just got off the phone with one of his cousins.
Like I said before, and I'm not going to keep repeating it and beating on that dead horse. But if you simply want somebody to have awareness about your tragedy or whatever it is that happened, You have to simply bring it to their attention. Now, with somebody that had as big of a following and as big of an impact as Charlie Kirk, nobody really needed to bring it to attention because he was big enough already. Millions of people following him and listening to his words. I just want to end by saying this. Not every single time a life is lost due to black on white or white on black, it's not always a race thing. And it doesn't always need to be made about race. Sometimes we just need to bring awareness to what is going on. Why does it seem to be some kind of race war going on right now? Let's figure that out and let's get to the root cause of that problem. And everything doesn't need to be politicized either. Sometimes just spread awareness about what happened. Talk to the people, explain the facts to them. And if there are no facts being given to you right now, then spread that around. Get the people involved. Get your community involved. Band together and go down there to your local community office and do whatever it is you have to do peacefully to get the results that it is that you want. My thoughts and prayers go out to Trey Reed's surviving family members. And I do hope that if there was any foul play at all involved in this, I do hope that the people involved get caught and they get brought to justice quickly. And I hope that other people out there can stop making Trey's death political or racist. Let's just get to the bottom of the facts and let's get the people involved. If there was anybody involved, let's get them brought to justice. And if there was anything else, if this was suicide, can we at least agree to figure out what it was that he was going through that was so bad that he felt like he had to take his own life? And let's fix that. I pray for healing for the cousin or the not cousin, whatever he is. I pray for healing for the surviving family members, his mom, his dad, brothers, sisters, whatever kind of family it is that he had. My thoughts and prayers go out to each and every single one of y'all. But hey, what do I know? I'm just Click That Reacts. And thank y'all for so much for sticking around to the end. And I would love to know what y'all think about this situation. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell and share this video with a friend so we can share or spread light about this situation. And also we can bring them in on the conversation as well. Once again, I thank y'all so much and I'll see y'all in the next one.